Some equations have no solutions at all. In other words, there are some types of equations that we cannot come up with any value to make it true. So that is not a good situation. And that happens when we have a number equal a different number. Let's say if I say 5 and on the other side I have 7, well, that's not a balance. So we have a false statement at the end. If we can't balance the equation, it means we can't find a solution. Let's say I have a variable on one side, but then same variable plus a constant on the other. Let's say I have x equals x plus 7. Well, x and x are the same number. So let's say 5 equals 5. But if I add 7 to one side of the equation, then it is out of balance. So the equation cannot be balanced because for every number it has to be the same number, and if for a number we have a different end result, let's say x is 1, here we'll have 1 plus 7. 1 and 8 are not the same. Or let's say x is 2, that will be 2 plus 7. 2 and 9 are not the same. Or if x is 4, here will be 4 plus 7. 4 and here will be 11. That's not the same. So for every value of x, here we have x plus 7, and we can't make that balance true. So no x value in this situation can be found because for every value on this side, this one is 7 more. So same variable plus constant cannot equal the same variable. Let's say I have 2x plus 3 equal 2x. So for every number multiplied times 2 on one side and on the other, on the left I have now plus 3, so it's 3 more. So this one cannot be balanced because 2x equals 2x for any number, but being on this side 3 more, we can't have a solution of x to make it happen. Let's say any number, instead of x I could put 5. 2 times 5 is 10, but here 2 times 5 plus 3. So that would not be 10. 10 plus 3 would be 13. Or let's say instead of x I can put 20. 2 times 20 will be 40, but here will be 43. So they will not be balanced. So that type of equation, when you have same variable on both sides, but on one on the sides you're adding something or subtracting something, that ruins the balance. Same variable on both sides, so that's important how you can see same variable on both sides or same variable term on both sides. But on one side I add a constant, and on the other side I add something more, or maybe I subtract. So if the same variable is on both sides of equations, but maybe I add to one side and subtract on the other, I am ruining the balance by not keeping the same thing in place. So let's see what kind of equations those are and try to solve them. So here's my first situation. Variable, same on both sides, but on one of the sides I'm adding a 3. So let's say 1 equals 1, but here is plus 3, so that will be 1 equals 4, which is not true. Or 2 equals 2, but then plus 3, so 2 would equal 5, that's not true. Or 4 equals 4, but then plus 3, 4 equals 7, that's not true. So it's a false statement. If I try to solve it, and I want to put the variables on one side and constants on the other, then by trying to remove the x from this side of the equation, being identical, it automatically removes from this side of the equation. And what I have left now is 0 because 1x minus x is 0, and I have the constant 3. 0 does not equal 3. That's a false statement, and that's when we say this equation does not have solutions. Here's the equation where you have same variable on both sides, but on one side I'm adding 3, on the other I'm adding 5. So I'm not adding the same value to both sides of the equation. So 2x and 2x is in complete balance. Any value could work, but then on one side I'm adding 3, and on one side I'm adding 5. That changes the balance, so that tips my scale. If I try to solve, I subtract 3 from this side, so I'm removing it from the left. 5 minus 3 would be positive 2, and then the variable term 2x I'm removing from the right, and being identical automatically gets removed from the other side as well. So that 2x minus 2x will be 0, and then 2 will come down as a constant. Well, 0 does not equal 2. That's a false statement, so no solutions for this equation. And for the last one, I have the same variable term, but on one side I'm subtracting 2. So from 3y on each side, subtracting 2 only from one side will tip the scale. Let's see how that works if I try to solve it. I will try to remove the variable term from one side, and being identical, it will remove it from the other as well. So 3y minus 3y will be 0, and then negative 2 on one side will equal 3 minus 3y is 0 on the other. Negative 2 does not equal 0. That's a false statement, so no solutions. What does that mean? That means that there is no x value or any variable value to be plugged in this type of equations that will ever make the equation true. False statement, no solution, no balance.